You're locked in to Independent Grind on Dash Radio. Tune in Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern for the latest hip-hop news, music, and interviews. Independent Grind only on Dash Radio, baby. Tech 9!
All right, we're on the phone with Doc T. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. So you're a Kansas native, is that correct?
Yes, sir. I'm from Kansas City originally. I grew up there most of my life. Right now I'm living in Wichita, Kansas. So.
Why'd you make the move out to Wichita?
Really, it was family shit. I guess my parents divorced when I was younger, and I came out here to Wichita. But I visit Kansas City frequently because half my family's out there, half my family's out here type deal. So I'm back and forth on I-35 all the time.
We're pretty familiar with the KC scene and stuff, but is there like a big scene in Wichita at all? Or other artists you're collabing with out there?
Man, there's not a huge scene. They're not really super receptive to rap out here. Really, there's a couple artists. There's like Lucid, Paris Mason, my boy Mavo, who I rap with. That's who I founded our collective Metaphysics with. He's from out here. And I mean, we've done some shows out here and stuff, but really KC's scene is a lot more hip hop than out here.
How'd you get into music? Did you get into music in Kansas City, or were you more in Wichita when you got into it?
Man, I started music at a young age. I originally played guitar and got into it that way. And I tried to write lyrics to sing like with the guitar, but then I couldn't sing and play guitar at the same time. And this is probably when I was like 12 or 13. So I kind of just transitioned, and I fell in love with rap music. And I've been rapping since I was like 14, probably. And really just got serious about it within the last 3 years, decided to make it a career and everything.
Who were you listening to that made you want to rap?
And I listened to a lot of Tech 9. Tech 9, I'm from Kansas, so I heard Tech 9. And then, I mean, I'm a huge Biggie Smalls fan, too. I like Cess Crew. Just all kinds of stuff, man. I listen to a ton of music. So,
based on your style, I'm assuming you kind of came around to, like, the SoundCloud sound. I mean, there's not, like, one sound, but you kind of, like, put that to the test. I can tell, like, in your newer music, like, you're trying to not, like, reinvent yourself, but you have, like, you know, your solid sound now. How did you get into kind of making more of that? Because I know on your SoundCloud you kind of go back like 3 years ago and you listen to like those tracks compared to like what you're making now is like there's a little bit of a difference there. So how'd you go about that change?
I think really just I honed my style more, because at the start, you know, I was just rapping and starting out, and I've just kind of developed my own style. I've learned like a process for recording and the way I do things, and my voice changed a little bit and everything. And kind of, I started listening to, I'm a big Dash and Wretch fan, if you're familiar with who they are. They had some influence on me. So that kind of shaped my sound a little bit, I think. I try not to listen. If I listen to one artist too much, it'll start to interfere with my writing, you know, so I got to diversify. I can't listen to just one person.
What's the most like far out thing, like maybe something people wouldn't expect you to be listening to?
I listen to like Joy Division and weird 80s post-punk goth music.
That's cool. I think you're seeing a lot more with that with rap now. It's just like people with way different backgrounds coming over to like, you know, kind of like the rap scene and stuff like that. I even put like Tech 9 in that scene. Like he's definitely known as a rapper, but I think like the like, you know, quote unquote like SoundCloud rappers is like if Tech was to come out nowadays, like he would be one of them, and you know he'd be like a forefront of that.
Absolutely. It's diversified so much. Like rap is such a broader genre than it used to be. Like there are people, you know, like Lil Peep, rest in peace, and everything, doing stuff like that. There's people like Bexy, just people sounding totally different than what you'd expect. Like if somebody said rap 5 years ago, you would expect something totally different sounding than what it is today. Then you have, Playboy Cardi and the jug plug type stuff going on too. Is really just, and that's why I love it, is because there's so many different aspects and sounds to it right now.
It's kind of weird to say, but I feel like nowadays you don't really have to be cool anymore to like make music and like have like a following and have, people that fuck with you. Because I think you look back in like the days, like those people that were making that music, like they were also cool individuals and like people fucked with them. Like Jay-Z, like growing up, like he was a cool ass dude to be around and shit. And like,
oh yeah,
now is like you don't really even have to be known in your city, or like you could grow up in Wichita and like, you could make it out of Wichita without anybody in Wichita knowing that you were an artist or whatever.
Oh yeah, the internet is crazy like that, man. Like I have fans. I got a video of a fan who sent me him bumping my music, like driving through the Australian outback. And it's just crazy to think about. Like that's how like kangaroos are hearing that shit, and I'm here in Kansas.
Yeah, like Russia is like a huge scene for like all this new music. They're all over.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I saw, speaking of sort of getting out of the Kansas area, I saw you took a trip to LA recently. How was that? What'd you do out there?
I went out and I met up with my boy Mavo. He's the co-founder of Metaphysics. That's like our group. We basically started it together here in Wichita, and then he went out to California to try and make some industry connections and things like that. Because obviously there's not a whole lot of industry stuff and management here in Wichita. But yeah, it was dope. I went out to LA. That was my first time. It looks like GTA, like it was crazy out there. Everybody's like really receptive. Everybody's doing art or fashion or whatever it may be. Like it was a dope place. I had a good time. We got super faded the whole time, and yeah, it was awesome.
Were you able to link up with anybody out there, or were you just kind of going out there to see the scene and shit?
I went out there to mainly meet up with Mavo. I met up with this dude, Jay Henney Clothing, who helps me with my merchandise. I met up with Lord Mass Effect. And then I was trying to link with Lil Xan because we had been talking, but he was busy. So I wasn't able to link with Lil Xan while I was out there. But next time I'm out there, I'm going to try and link with him.
Yeah, I saw you're followed by him and like Lil West. And then you had like the Lil Peep follow, 50 Grand, Elliott Connor and shit like that.
Yeah, 50 Grand's been supporting me for a long time. I've DM'd with Elliott a little bit. I was going to try and bring, Sesh Hollow Waterboys to Kansas at some point, try and set up a show in Wichita or Kansas City.
Dog, you don't know how long I've been trying to set that shit up.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I'm a huge Sesh Hollow Waterboys fan.
Yeah, they're dope. They're dope for sure. Yeah, they definitely influenced me. Like you're saying with the SoundCloud rap shit, I was like, whoa, like these people are just like on SoundCloud doing this shit. Like I can do this, so.
Yeah, and you talking about Lil Xan, like I don't know, when were you out in LA?
A month or two ago. I'm not entirely sure the exact date.
Well, yeah, he's blown up in this past over the summer. It's just like crazy how big he's gotten.
Yeah, he just took off. It's crazy. Yeah. And it's awesome. He was supporting us like way back in the day. So that's like really cool to see him doing his thing and everything. It can happen in an instant, for real.
I want to ask you, I know you have your group, Metaphysics, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, and then I was looking at your SoundCloud, like you only have like 8 or 9 songs on there. And then obviously the few songs that you have on Metaphysics is like, tell me about how you've gone about releasing music, because like with your following, like you have a solid following, you got, the followers that we were just talking about, and then your views say enough. Like, you tell me like how you've went about like dropping music and like kind of just staying on, not dropping as much as like a lot of other artists.
I mean, man, really, I'm kind of like, I'm super OCD with my stuff. Like, it takes me forever to release anything because, like, I really want to perfect it. Like, the MK Ultra tape, which we have on the Metaphysics page, that's probably, like, our biggest body of work. That was me and Mavo, and we did that. And Metaphysics has producers. Like, we have Alphonse Sauberg, Zeberg. I don't really know how to say his name. He lives in Denmark. He's Danish. We like connected over the internet. He's been with Metaphysics from the jump. Then we got like Arthur, who's out in Portland and stuff, and they kind of push and help promote. So that helps us get more of like an international spectrum on things, you know?
Mm-hmm. So I want to go to your Dose music video because
Okay.
I think you messaged us, and I think you had put that song in there or something, and then I had known about it because of I don't even know how you say it, Astari, something like that, which is
I say it as Starry. I'm not real sure.
Yeah, that's probably it. That sounds about right. But they are kind of actually how I got into like the SoundCloud scene and stuff like that. It's like watching their music videos. Yeah. So
dude, Astari has been super supportive of me like ever since like 2015. Like he really helped jumpstart my career kind of. Like he's fucked with me since the beginning, really. And he was just like, he uploaded a song I had called Slang, and that was when like nobody knew me. And that was when his channel was really small too. And I kind of like jump started. Since then, he's grown like exponentially.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's my boy. Shout out to Starry. He's helped a lot.
Yeah, he's definitely put on a lot of people's careers, or at least like help them out anyway.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So you say he's been fucking with you for a while?
Yeah, like he was one of the first people to, like, it was just a random dude to me at the time. He was like, hey, can I upload this on YouTube? And I was like, sure, go for it. And then like, I didn't even realize who he was or what was going on. And since then, like his channel, he's passed like, 200,000 subscribers probably. I don't even know. Like,
yeah,
YouTube's really blown up.
He's at 300 right now, 300,000.
Yeah, see, crazy. He's just growing like crazy. Yeah.
I feel like the SoundCloud.
And he's from New Zealand, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say he does. I mean, I follow him on Twitter and stuff. He just seems like a guy that's not from the States.
Yeah.
Did you see any like major impact whenever you put that music video up? The Dose music video?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I have a couple releases through Astari, and really anytime I get a release through Astari, it definitely, it has some impact just because people are always coming to his channel, and it's kind of a different scene. It's very international. I think that's why I have a lot of New Zealand and Australian fans, because they'll come to his channel and they'll see that and they'll be like, oh shit, he has other songs on this channel, blah, blah, blah. And it definitely impacts my stuff, gives me a little boost.
I feel like a lot of the scene is sort of like based on like these relationships, and like you guys really support each other, and like it's everyone sort of coming together. Was there someone who initially sort of like helped put you on the map, or did you find that to be true? Like you notice like artists start sharing your shit. I guess like how did you sort of break into that and like start networking with other artists?
Really, like it was kind of like with the foundation of Metaphysics. Me and Mavo, and we linked up with Alphonse Zeberg. He used to go by EMP, and then Arthur and Manatee helped me a lot. I think BSDU, or I think you pronounce his name Beside You, he's a big lo-fi producer on SoundCloud. He really helped me out a lot, helped jumpstart my career, as well as Astari helped jumpstart my career. It's really all about networking, and just talking and meeting these people. That's why the internet's dope, is because you can talk to somebody in New Zealand or British Columbia, and they'll help you out or send you a beat or whatever,
Yeah, people are always messaging us saying, do you have any advice or tips or anything else like that? And like I say every time, just like work with people, like whether they have 300 followers or 500 followers, like that's probably 500 new people that, are going to see your shit, like that aren't following you. And I think people get this aesthetic of like Bones and like some of these other artists who don't really collaborate with others, and they want to go that route and don't realize how hard and how long it takes to like keep that up.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. And I mean, like, yeah, you never want to just turn somebody down because they have less followers than you or something like that. Like when Lil Xan hit me up, I honestly didn't know who he was. I was out in Portland, and I was with Ryan McKinnon, who he just shot Macklemore's album cover and does a lot of work with I Love McConan and stuff. And he was telling me, yeah, check out this little Zan kid. And, I had never heard of him. And I think I had more followers than him at the time. And then since then, he's like up to 2 million views on all this stuff and signed and he blew up real quick. So it just goes to show you never want to like not talk to somebody because of their followers or their plays or something. It's all about networking and building the community and stuff,
For sure. I want to say one thing. Your merch game is crazy. The shit that you have on there is really, really cool looking. You said that was
thank you.
That was a collab with someone in California.
Yeah, my man's Jay Henney Clothing. He has a clothing line, and he helps me with the designs and prints them up and everything. He's a good dude, and he's really been helping me a lot. So
that's awesome. Before we let you go, you got anything you want to let us know about? Anything coming up? Shows? You traveling? Anything like that?
Probably got I probably got a show in Portland coming soon. We're trying to set up a West Coast tour. And new tapes in the work with Mavo. We're gonna do another joint tape, so that should be lit because we had MK Ultra. I really just thank you for everyone for fucking with me and supporting me. I mean, it's crazy the way this shit's happening. I wouldn't be able to do it without the support from the fans. Y'all are what make it happen. So thank you.
That project's gonna be on the Metaphysics page?
Yeah, it'll be on the Metaphysics page.
Okay, cool. All right, man.
And then also be sure to check out my Psychotropical tape that just dropped. That's what the Dose music video is from and all that. So
this is the genius, Chris Calico. Cali, baby. Letting you know you're tuned into Tech Nine's Independent Grind on Dash Radio.